Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. If you want to steal a man's heart, it ain't about looks, it ain't about how much makeup you put on, and it sure as heck ain't about trying too hard. No, no, no. Men notice things deeper than that. There are 4 traits that make a man go weak in the knees. And if you've got them, trust me, you're walking with a winning hand. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something straight from the heart. Confidence is magnetic. Confidence is the currency of attraction. And if you don't have it, a man might notice you for a second, but he won't stay. And let me be real with you. A woman's confidence isn't just about walking around looking good or having the latest outfit. No, no, no. Confidence is about knowing who you are, owning your value, and refusing to let anyone make you feel less than the amazing woman you are. It's about walking into a room and holding your head high even when the world is trying to knock you down. A man can feel it the moment you step into a space. He can feel when you know your worth because it's written all over your energy. Confidence doesn't just come from accomplishments. It comes from self-respect, from understanding that you are deserving of love, happiness, and respect. And when a man senses that in a woman, something magical happens. He can't help but be drawn in. It's like a magnet he can't resist. He may try to act like it doesn't matter, but deep down, he's noticing, he's admiring, and he's starting to wonder how he ever got so lucky to be in the presence of a woman who knows her value. You see, too many women make the mistake of trying to impress men, of bending over backward to get attention, of saying yes to everything just to be liked. But I'm telling you, the women who truly steal a man's heart don't chase. They attract. They don't need constant validation because they already know who they are. They carry themselves with grace, with poise, with the kind of energy that says, I am enough, I am worthy, and I am not settling for less than I deserve. That energy, that confidence, it's irresistible. It doesn't matter how good looking a man is, how much money he has, or how charming he thinks he is. If a woman walks in with that kind of confidence, he's paying attention. He's noticing the way she holds herself, the way she speaks, the way she interacts with the world. And trust me, he's thinking, wow, she's got it together. I like her. I respect her. Confidence in a woman tells a man that she isn't just looking for someone to complete her. She's complete already, and she's looking for someone to complement her life. That's powerful. That's magnetic. And when a man sees that, he doesn't just feel attracted. He feels challenged in the best way possible. He wants to rise up to meet her, to match her energy, to be worthy of her. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's not walking around thinking you're better than everyone else. No, confidence is quiet power. It's a sense of calm, knowing that you are enough just as you are. A confident woman doesn't get upset when a man doesn't text back immediately because she knows her value isn't defined by his attention. She doesn't throw herself at him. She doesn't beg. She doesn't over-explain. She gives love, she gives attention, but she never loses herself in the process. That balance is what makes a man respect her, admire her, and ultimately fall for her. And let's be honest, confidence also makes a woman beautiful. Not just in the physical sense, but in the way she carries herself, in the way her eyes light up when she speaks, in the way her laughter fills a room. A man sees that and he feels it in his soul. He knows he wants to be around her more. He knows he wants to protect that energy, to cherish it, to do everything in his power to keep it close. And here's the thing, confidence is contagious. When a woman is confident, she inspires everyone around her to level up. Men want to be better around her. They want to rise to her energy, and they want to be worthy of the woman who refuses to settle for less. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what makes a man commit. That's what makes him want to stay. That's what makes him realize deep down that he can't let this kind of woman walk away. So, if you want to steal a man's heart, start with confidence. Own your worth. Know who you are. Don't apologize for it. Don't shrink yourself. Walk in every room like you belong there, because you do. Speak your mind with clarity and grace. Laugh freely. Live boldly. When you carry that kind of energy, men notice, men admire, and men fall. And don't worry about losing people who don't appreciate it. Those aren't your people anyway. A confident woman doesn't fear rejection because she knows her value. She doesn't waste her energy on someone who can't recognize her worth. And here's the secret. When a man finally meets a woman like that, a woman who is confident, self-assured, and knows her value, he doesn't just like her, he respects her. He can't stop thinking about her. He can't help but want her in his life. And in that moment, he realizes that she isn't just another woman. She's the woman who's going to change his life. Who's going to make him better? Who's going to make him want to rise up and be the man he's meant to be? That is the power of confidence. That is the power of knowing your worth. That is the power that steals a man's heart. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that a lot of people overlook when they're talking about love and attraction. You see, a man can be drawn to a woman's beauty. He can admire her style. He can even like her sense of humor. But if she doesn't have kindness and emotional intelligence, he's not going to stay. He may stick around for a little while. He may flirt and flirt. But when it comes to real connection, when it comes to building something lasting, nothing captures a man's heart more than a woman who has a good heart and knows how to navigate emotions. And I'm not talking about pretending to be sweet or fake niceness. I'm talking about genuine kindness, the kind of kindness that comes from the soul, the kind that makes a man feel safe, valued, and understood. You see, men, we may not always say it out loud, but we notice these things. We feel them. When a woman listens without judgment, when she shows empathy without condition, when she responds to life's challenges with compassion and understanding, that is powerful, that is magnetic. Men are human and we have emotions. We may try to hide them, we may try to act like we don't need support, but deep down we long for someone who can see us, really see us, and respond with care. That's where emotional intelligence comes in. A woman who can handle her emotions, who can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, who can communicate effectively and understand the emotional needs of the people around her. That woman is irresistible. When a man knows he can talk to you, that he can share his dreams, his fears, his failures without being judged, without being ridiculed, that creates a bond that's hard to break. And kindness amplifies that bond. It's in the small things, the way you smile when he's feeling down, the way you encourage him when he doubts himself, the way you celebrate his wins as if they were your own. Kindness is not weakness, it's strength. It's the power to lift others up, to create warmth, to make people feel at home in your presence. And men notice that. We pay attention to the way you treat not just us, but the people around you. We see how you interact with family, with friends, with strangers. A kind woman with emotional intelligence shines in a way that beauty alone can't match. And here's the thing, men respect that kind of woman. We respect her for being strong enough to care deeply, wise enough to understand feelings, and mature enough to handle conflicts with grace. That respect turns into admiration, and admiration turns into love. Emotional intelligence is like a magnet for the right kind of man, the kind of man who is looking for a meaningful connection, the kind of man who wants to grow with you, the kind of man who wants to commit. Because let's be real, relationships are hard. Life is hard. And a man wants a woman who can navigate that terrain with him, not fight against him, not make every problem bigger than it has to be. A woman with emotional intelligence knows how to communicate, how to compromise, how to stand her ground without tearing the other person down. She knows how to give love without losing herself. She knows how to be vulnerable without being reckless. And when a man experiences that, he doesn't just like it, he treasures it. He feels safe. He feels wanted for who he is, not just for what he can provide. And that safety, that emotional connection, that kindness, that is what keeps a man coming back. It's what makes him want to be better, to rise up to the woman who sees him fully and still believes in him. And here's the secret most people don't realize. Kindness isn't just about other people. It's about yourself too. A woman who is kind and emotionally intelligent knows how to treat herself, knows how to set boundary. Knows how to protect her energy. She doesn't allow drama or toxicity to take over her life. She doesn't settle for less than she deserves. And when a man sees a woman like that, he knows he's found someone rare. Someone who is not just beautiful on the outside, but beautiful at the core. And that, my friends, steals a man's heart every single time. Men are drawn to women who make them feel alive, who make them feel seen, who make them feel loved in ways that go deeper than words. Kindness and emotional intelligence do that. They create a connection that goes beyond physical attraction, beyond fleeting chemistry. They build trust, they build respect, and they build a foundation for love that lasts. So ladies, if you want to be the woman a man can't resist, the woman who captures his heart and keeps it, start by nurturing your kindness and emotional intelligence. Be present, be compassionate, be understanding, but also be strong, be wise, and know your worth. When you do that, you're not just being a woman who attracts men, you're being a woman who inspires men, who lifts men up, and who creates a love that is real, lasting, and undeniable. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is power. That is the kind of power that steals a man's heart and never lets go. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that a lot of women don't realize about attraction. A man isn't just looking for someone to fill the spaces in his life. He's not looking for someone to complete him. Because let me tell you, the men worth keeping are looking for a woman who is already complete. That's right. Independence and ambition, these are traits that make a man stop, take notice, and ultimately fall head over heels. When a woman has her own life, her own goals, and her own dreams, she becomes magnetic in a way that no superficial charm or appearance ever could. Men respect a woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to go after it. They admire a woman who doesn't need constant validation, who doesn't sit around waiting for a man to give her purpose or meaning. When you live your life boldly, when you chase your dreams relentlessly, when you build a future for yourself, men see it and they can't help but be drawn to it. Independence isn't just about being able to pay your own bills or live alone. It's about being mentally and emotionally self-sufficient. It's about having a sense of self that doesn't waver depending on the attention of a man. And let me tell you, a man notices that immediately. He notices when you have your own ambitions, when you're passionate about something bigger than yourself, when you are working hard to create a life you love. That energy is irresistible. There's nothing more attractive than a woman who lights up when she talks about her dreams, who is unafraid to put in the work to achieve them, and who doesn't let fear or doubt hold her back. Ambition shows a man that you are serious about your life, that you value yourself, and that you expect a partner who can match your drive and respect your vision. And let me be real with you. Men are challenged in the best way by ambitious women. They want to rise to the occasion. They want to be part of a life that is thriving, not a life that is stagnant. When you show ambition, you're not just saying you're chasing dreams. You're saying you're a woman of substance. You're showing that you are capable, strong, and determined. And men respect that. But independence and ambition also come with boundaries. A woman who is independent doesn't allow a man to control her decisions, her feelings, or her life. She makes room for love, but she doesn't give up her power in the process. She doesn't lose herself trying to hold on to a man who isn't willing to meet her at her level. That kind of self-respect is rare, and men can feel it from a mile away. It's magnetic. It commands attention without ever trying to. And here's the beauty of it. When a man sees a woman who is independent and ambitious, he isn't threatened by her. He's inspired. He wants to be a part of her world, not the center of it. He wants to rise to her energy, not drag her down. He wants to celebrate her victories, not overshadow them. That's the kind of woman who steals a man's heart. Someone who is chasing life with purpose. Someone who knows her worth. Someone who is building her future while being fully herself. Independence also creates balance in a relationship. A man doesn't want to be a woman's everything. He wants to be her partner. He wants to walk alongside a woman who has her own life, who is thriving in her own way, and who doesn't need him to feel complete. When you live like that, men feel respected. They feel challenged, they feel inspired, and that inspiration turns into attraction, admiration, and love that is deep and lasting. And ambition is not just about career or money. It's about passion, creativity, and the drive to be your best self in every area of life, whether it's learning new skills, building a business, giving back to your community, or pursuing personal G. Ralph, ambition shows a man that you're committed to evolving, to improving, to living life fully. And that's a woman no man can ignore. Men are drawn to women who are unstoppable in their pursuit of greatness because it makes them want to be unstoppable too. It's contagious. It elevates the relationship to something bigger than just dating. It becomes a partnership built on respect, growth, and shared vision. And independence teaches a man to appreciate you more. When you have your own life, when you aren't constantly available just to cater to him, he starts to notice your value. He starts to understand that your time, your energy, and your love are precious, and he will treat you accordingly. He will not take you for granted. He will recognize that being with you is a privilege, not a right. So, ladies, if you want to capture a man's heart and keep it, focus on cultivating your independence and ambition. Build your life. Chase your dreams. Know your worth. Set boundaries. Be unapologetically you. When you do this, a man doesn't just like you, he admires you. He doesn't just respect you, he is inspired by you. And when inspiration meets admiration and respect, that, my friends, is the recipe for a man's heart being completely and utterly stolen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that is often overlooked when it comes to attraction. A lot of women think that if they just try to be perfect, if they just try to please a man in every way, that's going to make him stay. But let me tell you, perfection is boring. Predictability is boring. What steals a man's heart and keeps him interested is a woman who knows how to have fun, who has a sense of humor, and who carries a little bit of mystery with her. Playfulness and mystery, these are traits that keep a man intrigued, make him curious, and make him want to chase your heart over and over again. Now let me explain. In something about playfulness, life is hard, relationships are challenging, work is stressful, and a man is going to feel weighed down by the responsibilities he carries. That's why a woman who can lighten the mood, who can laugh, who can bring joy and fun into everyday life becomes irresistible. Men are drawn to women who make them feel alive, who remind them not to take life too seriously, who make them forget their worries for just a little while. And playfulness doesn't mean being childish. It means being spontaneous. It means knowing how to tease in a loving way. It means knowing how to surprise him, how to make him laugh, how to keep the spark alive even when life feels mundane. A playful woman makes a man feel like he's discovering her again and again. And men love that. Men love to feel like there's always something new to learn, always something exciting just around the corner, always a spark that makes them feel alive. That's why playfulness is so powerful. But let's talk about mystery, because this is where the magic really happens. Mystery isn't about being secretive or dishonest. Mystery is about being intriguing. It's about having depth. It's about knowing yourself well enough that you don't reveal everything at once. It's about giving a man pieces of yourself over time and letting him earn the rest. A woman with mystery isn't predictable. She doesn't spill her heart and her entire life story in the first conversation. She lets a man feel like he's on a journey, like there's always more to discover, like he's being invited into something rare and special. And men notice that. Men are hunters by nature. They want to explore, to understand, to uncover what makes you tick. When a woman is completely open all the time, there's nothing left to chase. But when she is playful and mysterious, men are drawn in. They can't help themselves. They want to know you. Hey, want to win you. They want to earn your heart because they can sense there's more to you than meets the eye. And here's the thing, playfulness and mystery work together. When a woman is both light-hearted and intriguing, she becomes irresistible. She can laugh and have fun, but she also has layers that a man has to explore. She keeps him curious, He keeps coming back and he never gets bored. Men are not just drawn to beauty or confidence alone. They are drawn to women who bring joy, who challenge them, who keep life exciting. And a little bit of mystery ensures that the connection never becomes stale. Now, let me tell you something important about mystery. A woman with mystery doesn't overshare her emotions at every moment. She doesn't text him constantly. She doesn't overanalyze every little thing he does. And she doesn't give all of herself away immediately. She has standards. She protects her energy. She lets a man work a little, let him wonder a little, let him try to figure out what makes her tick. And men are wired to respond to that. Men are drawn to the challenge. They are drawn to the excitement of the unknown. They are drawn to the feeling of being invited into something precious that they have to nurture and earn. And when you combine that with playfulness, the ability to laugh, to smile,